Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's Diego. And Karina and I, we went through this K1 visa process just like you guys. We were waiting and waiting and waiting. It took 22 months for my beautiful bride from Venezuela to enter the United States from Bogota, Colombia. And when she entered, we flew from Bogota to Miami. When we entered into Miami International Airport, Karina went, checked in, had her Venezuelan passport checked, and the Border Patrol officer entered a paper I94. He stapled a paper I94 into her passport and gave her an I94 number. Now, what is a form? What is a form I94? Why is it important? Is it important? It's very important. Come on along, and I will explain to you. This is my third video on the I94, but it's an updated video. When you enter the United States of America on a K1 visa or a K2 visa, or the Customs and Border Patrol Protection, the CBP officer, examines your passport, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and visa. So he'll check, or she will check your passport and your visa. And in most cases, they will issue you an electronic arrival departure document called the I-94. It's electronic. It goes into an electronic computer database. Sometimes they will fill out a paper card and fill it out for you and put it in your passport. But even if they do that, okay, if you arrive by air or sea, you must still get the proper printed version of the I-94. Now, the I-94 is issued to you, and your K1 visa basically terminates upon entry. Okay, your K1 visa terminates, and you get an I-94, which is which is good for 90 days. Okay, it's good for 90 days. The I-94 proves that you, Miss Beneficiary, entered the United States legally, or a K2 if you have any children, and it confirms your current immigration status. Okay. Now, every I-94 has an 11-digit admission number. It's an 11-digit admission number. And you don't have to memorize this number. You don't have to memorize it, okay? Now, if you get one on paper, sometimes you get it on paper, the passport admission stamp or the other I-94 card, the inspector writes DS, or duration of status. Now, to increase the efficiency and to basically reduce operating costs and streamline this admission process into the United States, U.S. Customs and Border Protection, CBP, has automated the Form I-94 at seaports and at airports, like I mentioned before. The paper form is no longer provided, mostly, to a traveler when they enter, except in limited circumstances at land ports of entry. Now, Karina, they gave her a paper I-94 when she entered the United States in Miami. But we went online and we got the printed version for her green card application. So you enter the United States, you get an admission stamp on your travel document, and K1 and K2 immigrants now have got proof that they entered the country legally, and they must print a copy of the I-94 for the green card package. This is mandatory. If you don't include a copy of the printed out I-94, you're going to get an RFE, and immigration is going to ask to see it. The I-94 is used for verification of alien registration, immigration status, and or employment authorization, okay? And it can be obtained at this website right here. Go to this website right here, and you can get your I-94. You do not need an I-94 travel record if you are a U.S. citizen, a lawful permanent resident green card holder, or an individual with an immigrant visa, which is a spousal visa. Okay? Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I do a live stream Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays at 6 p.m. Central Time. I'm not an immigration attorney. I don't give you any legal advice. I don't work for the U.S. government. I don't work for the State Department or USCIS, but I have 9 years of experience processing K1 visas, green card applications, tourist visas, and spousal visas. We will see you at the next live stream. Thanks for watching, and be patient during this very long, tedious, stressful process. Stay patient, stay calm, and you'll get through this.